Have you ever felt that relentless pressure to just always be doing more, even when your energy is completely tanked? It's like the world is demanding summer-level productivity, but all you feel inside is, well, winter. That's exactly what we're diving into today. How to embrace those periods of rest, not as a problem you need to solve, but as a necessary season for your mind and body. And this, right here, is the core idea we're exploring today. Such a powerful reframe, isn't it? So instead of fighting against those feelings of low motivation or fatigue, what if we actually honored them? What if we treated our own inner winter with the same respect we give the actual season outside?
And that is the million-dollar question. The emails don't stop piling up. The deadlines are still very real, and the to-do list seems to have a life of its own. It can feel totally impossible to step back. But the solution isn't about stopping everything. It's about changing our entire approach.
Which brings us to our first key concept, the winter principle. Now, this isn't about literal hibernation. It's about a strategic simplification, a way to navigate those periods of low energy without completely burning out. Honestly, it's a huge shift away from that hustle culture default setting we all seem to have.
You can see the clash right here. Our default mode, that conventional wisdom, tells us to just push harder, optimize every second of our day, and, maybe start a new project while we're at it. The winter principle just flips that completely on its head. It asks us to do the opposite: reduce, protect, and repeat.
So what does this actually look like in practice? Well, reduce means getting really comfortable with saying no, and maybe lowering the bar for what a productive day looks like. Protect is all about creating boundaries to shield your limited energy. And repeat? It's about finding comfort in what's familiar. No new crazy habits, no big changes, just sticking to the simple, essential routines that keep you grounded.
Now you might be thinking, oh great, another thing to add to my to-do list, be mindful. But that's exactly the trap this approach helps us avoid. It's about reframing mindfulness, not as one more thing to do, but as a fundamental shift in our internal posture.
And this definition is so key. We're not talking about mastering some complicated meditation technique or achieving a perfectly silent mind. It's about changing your internal architecture, how you hold yourself, how you meet the moments of your day. It's about cultivating a state of being that's available to you anytime, anywhere.
And this is the payoff, right here. When you focus on stabilizing your inner world first, everything else, your work, your relationships, your daily tasks, just starts to function with more ease. You're not pushing against resistance anymore. You're operating from a place of calm.
Okay, so we've talked about the why. Now let's get into the how. And I promise, this isn't about hour-long meditation sessions. It's about finding simple, super accessible anchors you can use throughout your day to bring you back to that posture of stillness.
Let's start with the power of one. Just 1 minute. It sounds almost too simple to work, right? But so often, a single minute of intentional awareness is all it takes to completely shift the direction of your day, to pull you out of a spiral of stress or distraction.
This is the 1-minute reset. It is so simple and so effective. That physical touch is grounding. The deep breath helps regulate your nervous system. And that little phrase, "here I am," it just anchors you right back to your internal home, that place where all your intention flows from. But what happens when your mind is just too noisy for a quiet breath? You know those days. Sometimes the fastest way back to the present moment isn't through your thoughts, but through your body's direct experience of the world around you.
This is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. It's a classic for a reason. Think of it like an emergency brake for an overthinking mind. By systematically going through your senses, you force your brain to stop cycling through worries and just notice what's actually happening right here, right now. It brings you back into the room where your life is.
Okay, so far we've focused a lot on stillness. But here's the thing about mindfulness. It isn't always about sitting perfectly still. In fact, sometimes the best path to a quiet mind is actually through a moving body.
And this is such a validating idea, isn't it? If you're feeling restless or fidgety, you don't have to fight it. That energy can actually be channeled. The whole idea here is that movement can become a meditation when your body leads and your mind just follows. And look, this doesn't mean you need to take up yoga or Tai Chi unless you want to. Look at these examples. It's about picking a simple, repetitive activity and just bringing your full attention to it. Feel the fabric as you fold the clothes. Notice the rhythm of stirring the soup. Match your breath to your steps.
The entire world can exist inside that one simple gesture.
All right, finally, let's talk about how we end the day. Because a day without a proper closing becomes this burden that we drag into the next, messing with our rest and our tomorrow. Creating a small ritual can make all the difference in the world.
At the end of your day, maybe as you're sitting on the edge of your bed, just ask yourself these 3 simple questions. This isn't about judgment, okay? It's about gentle awareness. It helps you acknowledge what was good, recognize the challenges, and, most importantly, consciously decide what you can just let go of.
And you finish with this powerful declaration. Saying enough for today is like a signal to your mind. It's giving yourself permission to stop processing, to stop worrying, to truly rest. The day is officially over.
And that really brings us full circle, doesn't it? This whole practice, it's not about self-improvement or becoming some better, more productive version of yourself. It's about accepting exactly where you are right now. Embracing your inner winter is about giving yourself permission to simply be enough.